Hi, welcome back to Budget with Bianca. I'm Bianca, and today we are going to be budgeting out my husband and I's first paychecks in February. Before I get started, I wanted to bring up one point. I know a lot of people in the YNAB community on YouTube have been doing the Ramit Sethi conscious spending plan, and I've said my opinion on that in previous videos, but I did actually go ahead and finish the audiobook for his newest book that just came out. It's called Money for Couples, and I actually really did like it. And I just wanted to share maybe a few thoughts on it. But if you'd like me to do a full review of the book, I'm probably more than happy to do that. I just think with the timing, with starting a new business and that kind of taking off right now, it might be a little while before I can get to it, but I'm happy to do it if that's what people want. But I thought I'd share just a few thoughts and my overarching, I guess, idea of the book is I think it's a really good book. I think a lot of people, especially couples, really need to sit down and talk with their partner about their finances. And I think this book gives a good structure for that. Um, I actually think that the concepts that he presents in his books are very similar to the YNAB methodology. So he mentions a methodology of like money dials. So spending on the things that you value versus not spending on the things that you don't value. Well, that's very similar with YNAB. The whole goal of assigning your money is to assign money for things that you value and you want to spend your money on, and taking away the things that you don't. And he actually does mention YNAB in the book, which I think is so funny. So yeah, you can check it out. And I'll leave a link to the book below. And I still think I just have a problem with the conscious spending plan because a lot of the times what he mentioned in the book with the conscious spending plan is that it's a way to look forward, and to kind of reevaluate your strategy for how you want to spend your money. But then he also talks about how you should sit down with your partner every month and look at how you did on your conscious spending plan for the previous month and adjust from there. So to me, that's still looking backwards and expense tracking versus in YNAB, you are actively making decisions. Well, at least you should be, if you're using YNAB, in their recommended way. You should be making decisions on trade-offs. If you want to spend money on eating out and you don't have money left in there, you have to decide where to take that money from, unless you want to have credit card debt, which I'm sure nobody here wants. Whereas in the conscious spending plan, you set a goal, let's say $100 of your guilt-free spending will be on dining out or whatever. And if you spend over that in the conscious spending plan without realizing in January, you then have to make up for it in February, which to me defeats the whole purpose of budgeting because then you're still just expense tracking and looking backwards. So I don't know. I'm sticking with YNAB. um, I'm not going to do a conscious spending plan, but besides that, I actually think the concepts in the book are really good. And I love the concept of automating everything. Everything that we do is automated in our finances. Every transaction, every bill. I need to not think about that stuff, and I need to not sit down and do my credit card payments. I personally don't have time for that. I know it helps a lot of people. And if that helps you, that's excellent. Then you should do that. But to me, automating everything is the easiest and best way that you can control your finances, if that's how you're starting out. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Ramit Sethi's Money for Couples book. Let me know if you want me to do a full review. I'm happy to do that. Let's get budgeting. All right, you'll see in here I have $10,000.28. So let me tell you where that came from. Okay, so this 3,610 is my paycheck. This 1,376 is my husband's paycheck, and this $5,041 is mostly our federal federal tax refund. I've already allocated my state tax refund that came in a while ago, and I just allocated it. And a little bit of reimbursement money that we will address in our overspending. So I am going to zero this out. This money will all go up to ready to assign and we can get started. I'm going to ignore the overspending right now, and I'm going to go all the way down to our credit card payment. So if you've seen a couple of my last videos, you may have seen that I am starting a business, and I bought the initial investment that was $4,200. So I'm going to put $4,200 in here because this is what's underfunded in this on this credit card. I specifically opened this credit card knowing that I would be making this initial investment because we already got our 60,000 points, and we already used those to book flights for one of our trips that we will be addressing in the overspend category. So there we go. So that's good. And then this $231 will be addressed when we cover the overspending in just a moment. Okay. The next thing we need to do is go into RETA. RETA is our state taxes. Just freaking hate state taxes, but what can you do? So I need an extra, say, $430. And all of our state taxes are covered. I've had these sitting in here for, I don't know, months at this point, and I will finally be sending out the check to RETA. I figured we're going to do our taxes in January, February of 2025, and I'll just send all 3 RETA returns with the checks in one envelope because I'm not paying for 3 stamps. Okay, excellent. Okay, this overspending I'm going to address later. Let's go into our travel section. Oops, I passed it. All right, so we are going to put an extra $189 in here. This is a reimbursement. I've booked everything, like our lodging and the big expenses for this bachelorette party, and so this $189 was someone paying me back for that. And then, oh, you know what? Hold on one second. So it also needed $47.50. So we're going to do plus $47.50 plus $189. Excellent. Okay. This is going to need 46 more. Whoops. $46 more. And I'm sorry. Wait, what did I just do? Okay. Okay, there we go. Plus, if you already have money assigned in the category, you need to add it, or else it will think that you're zeroing it out and just adding the new dollar amount in. Okay, so that covers that. And now I need to cover this overspending. So, like I said, we booked everything for our September trip. We booked our housing, we booked the car. That's what this $288 that I just covered was for. We booked our flights on points. So I'm still planning on doing a video on travel, but it might be delayed a little bit because of starting a business. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So, okay, so that's good. And then there's a couple changes in my categories as well. So we have overspending in this new category called leisure and leisure, which is what my husband wanted to call it, but it's basically like entertainment. We bought tickets to an outdoor hockey game that we're going to in March. And so I'm not going to cover this because I've already assigned what we paid for our tickets. We just bought everyone's tickets that we're going with. So they still owe us money. Oh, wait, no. I think I do need to assign. Yeah, I need to assign $300. The $300 was ours that was in here. And then one couple already paid us back. That was part of this ready to assign. And then, yeah, someone just needs to pay us back this $124. One person left for that. All right, awesome. So we're going to ignore that. And then, all right, reimbursement holding. I'm just going to go ahead and, this was, my husband had to go to a event for work, and he had to pay for parking twice. So not a big deal. Okay, and this one overspent category we've already dealt with. So what's underfunded here? Okay, yes, new category. Also, I will talk about this true expense buildup fund in another video. And then I just want to make sure this is just that 124. So once we cover this, this Chase Sapphire will be not overspent. So we are good there. All right, that is February fully addressed. Let's go into March and let's get going. So if you are new to my videos, I use focus views. A lot of people on YNAB use focus views. I have my focus views as needs, wants, and extras. So needs are the things that we cannot live without, and these are the things that I always prioritize funding. We are a month ahead in YNAB, so it doesn't really matter, but it just makes me happy and helps me sleep at night when I know that everything is funded for our needs. So I like to fund the bills section first. So we're just going to go line by line and plug in what it needs. You could very easily select the entire category and click underfunded, as long as this number here on the right hand side is less than the value of what's ready to assign. And even if it's not, it will prioritize what is due first. So it knows that my BPS is due on the first of each month. So if I didn't have enough money to fund everything, it would fund the things that are due first, because YNAB is smart like that. I'm going to just fill this up to 134. So 134 minus 79. And it's yellow now, but come March 1st, it will turn green. All right, my dog's insurance needs that. Electricity needs 130. Gas and heating is 90. Internet is $90.01. This is our long-term care insurance for my husband and I. Our mortgage, which does include our home insurance and property taxes. Our phone bill is actually, hold on, 117 in March, because we have a credit on our account, which we're still on my parents' account. And once again, it's yellow because it thinks I need $15 more, but I do not. But you can't snooze targets that you are not in the current month for. All right, sewage needs $13.74. State Farm needs $400, and water needs $25. Okay, then I like to do our loans. So $234.79 for my car loan, $68.55, and $778.24 for my husband's loan. I'm not going to fund this. Still think it's on the save plan. So yeah. Okay. And let's do, how much is this if I fund this? Hold on. Okay, so yeah, so you can see here that if I click this underfunded, yep, so it's gonna assign more money than I have. Not good. So we're gonna undo that. We are going to fund baby supplies and household goods, and then I'll just throw the rest in groceries. It doesn't really matter. My husband and I's next paychecks will cover the rest of this, and then the rest of wants and extras. So this true expense fund, I started because after we did the More Money Challenge in January, we were able to save $2,000. Now that was us only buying essentials and not eating out. We were very diligent. I would say not really, but we were quite diligent about not spending extra money. In this month, in February, we have spent a lot of money so far, which is fine, because we knew that there were events coming up that we wanted to do. And I don't want to treat every month like it's the More Money Challenge. So I'm fine with that. What I plan to do here is any money that's left over from the month will get rolled up into this true expense buildup fund. And that money will then go towards large true expenses to build them up to goals. So like auto maintenance, home maintenance, technology, because I do want a new phone. Unfortunately, the weather in my area has been absolutely atrocious. And a few days ago, it had rained. So on Tuesday night, it rained all night and it was like kind of warming up. And then on Wednesday, it decided to plummet to like 19 degrees. And so all the roads in the area were completely frozen over. It was an absolute disaster. It was like it was like driving over an ice rink. And when I was dropping my daughter off at my parents' house, because my parents watch her while my husband and I work, um, when I was turning into their neighborhood, that's when it was like a rapid cool down, and the roads just basically froze. And I didn't quite realize it, and I ended up crashing into a mailbox. It was either a mailbox or a car, and I chose the mailbox. Both my daughter and I are perfectly fine. I mean, I was going less than 5 miles an hour, so I have very minimal damage on my car. It's just the headlight is cracked, and we will obviously need to pay for for the person's mailbox that went crashing down to the ground. So any money that we have extra, and we should have extra money for March, from our February paychecks. Like once we've funded all of March, we should have extra that should more than cover any repairs and a new mailbox, because they're going to send me a bill, which, yeah. So that is unfortunate, because I was really hoping to get a new phone in March, but that is not going to happen. But that's okay, because I did just get a new computer, so I'm kind of upgrading things with the new business. So yeah, that is what I plan to use that true expense build-up fund for. So right now I will go ahead and snooze this so that it looks like we don't need to add any money in February, just that underfunded $124, which we will be reimbursed. And with that, that wraps up our budgeting, our first paychecks in February. I hope everyone has a great day and a weekend. I am filming this on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to those of you who celebrate. My husband and I don't celebrate on the day usually, because our anniversary is the 18th of dating. Our dating anniversary is on the 18th, so we usually celebrate it then. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.